E aí, pessoal?
Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy Hill. Billy.
Well done, traveler and Paimon.
Muito bem, viajante Paimon. Oi?
And thank you, Dunyarzad, for organizing the Sabzeruz festival for me.
Organizar o festival Dunyarzad pra mim.
I'm sorry, who are...
Quem é você?
Dunyarzad! You're okay! Oh, don't scare us like that!
Oh, a traveler, Paimon. I have something amazing to tell you.
Uma coisa incrível com vocês.
I just had a dream, and I saw Nilu performing the dance of Sabzeruz.
A Dança de Sabzeruz. Sabe qual é a coisa mais engraçada? Isso é do ameno. O que vocês poderiam eu não tenho? Literalmente. Mas também tem um punhado.
One
de-
client, two clients, three clients.
Tá bom. Vamos continuar.
You're actually Nahida, aren't you? Paimon felt like Catherine was acting weird when we met at the Sabzeruz festival. And Dunyarzad, did you save her?
Você salvou?
It's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened.
Mas sua ciência está muito debilitada. É missão minha ou essa Caterine tem cabelo escuro?
Let's chat somewhere else. How about by the traveler's favorite bench?
E olha só quem tá o nome dela. Gente, tem uma coisa errada com essa Caterine.
What's going on? Why are you two so excited to see me? Hasn't it only been a night?
It's actually been much longer than that.
Oh? Strange. Was I really asleep that long? No wonder I have such a headache.
Ah, é, preciso fazer a lâmpada aí. E o mais engraçado é essa lâmpada que tem o que é necessário para ela. Peraí, se essa lâmpada dá recarga de energia, a outra dá o quê? Isso é tipo assim, isso aqui parece uma naginata e uma alabada. Isso aqui é uma lança. Nossa senhora. Não tenho ela. Ah, tá, esse lugar.
Let's talk about Dunyarzad first. It's such a relief that she's all right. After we parted on the last day of the Sabzeruz festival, I left the city and saw what the traveler had described. Among the countless dreams, I found one that was growing fainter and fainter. This proved my suspicion. Once Dunyarzad could no longer bear the Akasha harvesting her dreams, her consciousness began to dissipate. But this also meant it escaped the Akasha's control. Such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long, though. It will return to its original dream. Where both will gradually fade until they completely disappear. I used all the power I had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible. But it still wouldn't have lasted for much longer if it hadn't been for you two breaking the samsara. So it looks like we did manage to save Dunyarzad in the end. And not a moment too soon.
Foi milagre.
Huh? Why are you two smiling so happily? I thought you'd be so moved that you'd start crying. I need to spend more time observing human emotions.
Que não faz isso, pode ficar focado na vida. Eu pensei que vocês estariam chorando de emoções nesse momento. Pelo visto, ainda preciso gastar mais tempo observando menções humanas. Ah, como se diz que nossos cérebros estariam, sabe, explodindo? Você não faria isso, querida.
Both are fine. Everyone reacts differently. All right. You two must have a lot of other questions for me, right? After all, you saved my faithful believer. As your reward, I will answer any and all questions. At the Avidia forest, there was this incense that made the traveler fall unconscious and dream of a huge tree and a red sky. You also heard someone's voice, right? It said world and forget me. Yeah, so you do know! We've been wanting to ask you what that was about, and if the red sky was related to Conria. It seems like the traveler established a connection to Irminsul. That was a message left by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul. Perhaps her last memory before she died. As you two probably know, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared after the disaster in Conria. The timings of these events do line up, so your suspicions are reasonable. A message from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? We thought it was from King Deshret. King Deshret? That god who died even longer ago? Some present-day desert dwellers still worship him. You probably just heard some of their conspiracies.
A divindade que morreu ainda há mais tempo. O rei de Tret foi o primeiro a morrer. Que é algo que eu deveria ter.
Okay, so what does the message
O que
mean?
significa a mensagem?
I still haven't managed to decipher it. Even the Akasha isn't currently capable of doing that. Greater Lord Rukadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul seems to be contaminated with something that has a very dangerous aura to it.
Algo maior. Se fosse alguma aula, é muito perigosa.
Many devoted scholars go mad as soon as they connect their consciousness. I've warned the academia about this many times, but people still keep falling victim to it.
Aham. Eu avisei a academia sobre isso várias vezes, mas pessoas continuam sendo vítimas disso. É o que pode fazer, querida. Os sábios são uns inúteis.
But I believe this is the key to saving Irminsul. That's why I've kept trying to decipher it.
Eu estou tentando decifrar.
So the tree in the vision was Irminsul? Oh, Tainari also said that Irminsul is sick. Is it because of the contaminated consciousness?
Será por causa da consciência contaminada?
But even if you can't figure out what that vision was all about, it seems like our search for you was all in vain.
Nossa, por você foi em vão. Parece que, nossa senhora, não precisa jogar na cara não, minha
The
filha.
traveler wasn't affected after coming in contact with that consciousness. I've never seen anyone like that. With you here, we may have a chance at deciphering it. No, we must decipher its secrets.
Nós devemos ter
I've
certeza.
already eliminated all other factors that might affect Irminsul. This is the only one left.
Tipo assim, querido, você usa parábolas. Por que não usa também parábolas para lidar com esse problema? Afinal, isso é uma árvore. A árvore pode estar doente ou pode ter um parasita.
This puzzle has life and death at stake. It could determine Irminsul's fate, as well as Tevat's.
E pessoal, eu tenho uma dúvida aqui na minha cabeça. Será que a Inso é uma contraparte da árvore imaginária? Será que a Inso é uma contraparte da árvore imaginária? Que vocês sabem muito bem que a Royal Verse usa seus próprios jogos, sendo que o Star Rail tá aí para explorar o próprio universo da Royal. E também, pessoal, tem um fator principal, que a Royal Verse, acho que eu já falei isso lá nos primeiros vídeos do Honkai, mas só que antes da Royal Verse ser Royal Verse, era MiHoYo. E só depois se tornou Royal Verse. E cara, eu tenho ainda um leve pontapé na minha cabeça. Será que o universo do Genshin tá ligado com os outros universos dos jogos? E sério, a pessoa nisso e o céu era idêntico da árvore imaginária. Então eu realmente me pergunto, será que o Royal-Verse está brincando com os jogadores? Ou será que tem algo muito mais que isso? Aqui, sério, eu me pergunto se o doutor é o Otto desse jogo. Sobre o sonho que eu tinha na floresta.
At the Avidia Forest, there was this incense that made the traveler fall unconscious and dream of a huge tree and a red sky. You also heard someone's voice, right? It said world and forget me.
O mundo esquece-me.
Yeah, so you do know. We've been wanting to ask you what that was about, and if the red sky was related to Conria. It seems like the traveler established a connection to Irminsul. That was a message left by Greater Lord Rukadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul. Perhaps her last memory. As you two probably know, Greater Lord Rukadevata disappeared after the disaster in Conria. The
Suspeito.
timings of these events do line up, so your suspicions are reasonable.
Muito suspeito. A loja maior Rukadevata desapareceu depois dos estados caírem. O tempo desse evento são aliados. Por isso, suas previsões são razoáveis.
A message from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? We thought it was from King Deshret. King Deshret? That god who died even longer ago? Some present-day desert dwellers still worship him. You probably just heard some of their conspiracies. Okay, so what does the message mean? I still haven't managed to decipher it. Even the Akasha isn't currently capable of doing that. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul seems to be contaminated with something that has a very dangerous aura to it. Many devoted scholars go mad as soon as they connect their consciousness. I've warned the academia about this many times, but people still keep falling victim to it. But I believe this is the key to saving Irminsul. That's why I've kept trying to decipher it. So the tree in the vision was Irminsul? Oh, Tainari also said that Irminsul is sick. Is it because... But even if you can't figure out what that vision was all about, it seems like our search for you was all in vain. The traveler wasn't affected after coming in contact with that consciousness. I've never seen anyone like that. No, we must decipher its secrets. I've already eliminated all other factors that might affect Irminsul. This is the only one left. This puzzle has life and death at stake. It could determine Irminsul's fate, as well as Tevat's.
Por que você se parece com Caterine?
To be accurate, I'm using the Akasha as a medium to occupy Catherine's consciousness. How did you do that? Poor Catherine. Does this mean you can also occupy other people's consciousnesses?
Pera, eu tenho que contar com a Paimon. Caterine é muito gente fina com a gente. Isso quer dizer que você também pode ocupar a consciência de outras pessoas? Será que agora vai ser revelado que a Caterine é construtor?
Theoretically, I can enter anyone's mind as long as they're wearing their Akasha terminal.
Porque um que esteja usando terminal Akasha.
The Akasha is the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. As Lesser Lord Kusanali and the first Akasha terminal, my consciousness has always been linked to the Akasha. I've always respected my people's free will, so I've never actually occupied their consciousness. When necessary, I just borrow this bionic Snezhnayan puppet.
Quem diria? Ela acabou de falar de maionete biônica de Snezhnaya. Olha o nível de tecnologia que os caras têm da Conte Cryo. O nível.
Hold on. Did we just learn some deep, dark secret? So Catherine is... No wonder Paimon felt something was off about her.
Não é de surpreender que Paimon sentia que havia algo estranho com ela. E ela acabou de descobrir um segredo obscuro.
What about your own body? Why do you need to borrow other people's? Don't you live in the sanctuary of Surasthana?
Por que você precisa pegar o de outras pessoas emprestado? Você não mora no santuário de Surasthana?
That story begins a long time ago. After Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared, the sages found my newly born self and took me back to Sumeru.
Me levaram de volta para Sumeru.
At that time, I was young and weak. The sages kept me in the sanctuary of Surasthana, ostensibly for the sake of protecting me. But I've hardly heard from them since.
Tipo assim, naquela época eu era jovem e frágil. Os sábios que mantinham o santuário de Surasthana, aparentemente para me proteger. Mas eu mal tinha ouvido falar desde então.
However, I do understand that they had hoped to find Greater Lord Rukkhadevata instead of me, a symbol of her passing.
Sério? Você é um símbolo de quem mesmo, querido? Eu não ouvi. Sim, sua morte? Tá mais para renascimento.
actually put their new archon under house arrest? How dare they! Why don't you teach them a lesson, Nahida?
O Sai basicamente entendeu sua nova fonte como se atreve. Por que não deu uma lição neles?
In some ways, they aren't wrong. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was omniscient and omnipotent. Even after her death, the Akasha is still empowering this nation.
Mesmo após a intenção errada, a última Devata era onisciente e onipotente. Mesmo após sua morte, o Akasha ainda está conseguindo poder essa nação. A pergunta é a que preço?
And I'm still really far away from being able to call myself the God of Wisdom. Moreover, the academia is also more proficient at governing this country. My existence has little meaning.
Nós ainda estamos longe de poder procurar Deus da sabedoria. Além disso, a academia é mais competente que governar esse país. Sua existência tem pouco sentido.
Yeah, you got a lot of believers. Just look at the Sabzeruz festival. Everyone who showed up truly loves you.
Todos apareceram e gostam muito de você. Todos que apareceram gostam muito de você.
Thank you for the kind words. But I honestly don't need physical freedom as long as I can connect my consciousness to the Akasha.
Facilmente, eu não preciso de liberdade física para poder conectar minha consciência ao Akasha.
Trying to find a way to save Irminsul is my life's mission and top priority. I will work on that, and try to live up to being a deity in the meantime.
Isso é a maior prioridade em função da minha vida. Não também para isso, eu vou estar com continuidade.
Every once in a while, I will also take up the duties of the God of Wisdom and enlighten a lost soul here and there. Doing all that should be enough.
Às vezes eu também assumo o dever poder fazer e em algumas almas perdida aqui e ali. Fazer isso deve ser suficiente.
There's never been any big problems with the Academia's governance of Sumeru. This is the first time I've seen them step out of line.
Nunca existiu grandes problemas com o governo de Sumeru da academia. Essa é a primeira vez que vejo eles saindo da linha. A primeira vez saindo da linha. Vocês ouviram? É a primeira vez que os sábios saíram da linha.
I wonder what caused them to go down this path, and what they hope to achieve.
Por que não nos levou a tomar essa decisão? E o que querem alcançar? Ah, doutore?
Even though the city's residents haven't noticed anything strange, if the traveler hadn't broken the Sabzeruz samsara, the situation could have become dire.
Apesar dos habitantes ainda não terem reparado em nada de estranho, se o viajante não tivesse quebrado o samsara, o festival de subsídios, a situação política crítica.
I tried to do some investigating in the Akasha, but I couldn't find anything suspicious. And all the people of interest seemed to purposely avoid wearing their Akasha terminals.
Eu tentei fazer algumas investigações com a cara, mas não encontrei nada de suspeito. Então as pessoas importantes parecem evitar usar o terminal Akasha de propósito. Ah, porque sei lá.
I think they're deliberately trying to hide something.
Eu acho que eles estão tentando ocultar algo redundante.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. In Gandharvaville, there was a sage who had invited Tainari to join some kind of project. Could it be related?
Será que tá usando
Regardless, I need to first investigate the sage's motives, make things right, and punish them if needed. But I'll have to be discreet, or they'll see me coming.
Minha vizinha como te gostar de citar as coisas do mundo. Sim, sister, vai ter que ser discreta ou eles vão acabar ouvindo o que estou fazendo.
You mean how the Akasha stops you from having dreams?
Sim, está vendo atrás da pessoa.
Yeah, it's been such a long time. No one's noticed something's up?
Ninguém falou nada de errado.
It's not that no one noticed. It's more like no one cared. Ultimately, it's all rooted in the sage's misdirection.
Misdirection?
Entendi.
The sages convinced everyone to believe that being unable to dream is a sign of rationality and wisdom.
Nossa.
Not dreaming is a badge of honor in Sumeru.
Não, sim, de honra, isso mesmo.
Even if the truth is that their dreams are being reaped by the Akasha.
Mas na verdade, seus sonhos são colhidos pela caixa.
With their propaganda in place, the sages can maximize their use of the Akasha to facilitate their research.
Os propagandas aí podem maximizar o uso da caixa para facilitar essa pesquisa.
Besides, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata must have created the Akasha in the hopes that it could be used to its full potential. That's why I've never come out strongly against this.
Entendo que pudessem ser usados em todo o seu potencial. E é por isso que eu nunca fui fortemente contra isso.
Anyway, the perspective advocated by the sages drowned out any voices of doubt.
É, você vai ficar quietinha, você vai ficar quietinha obedecendo às ordens dos malditos? Eu podia pensar como qualquer voz cética.
By now, even those who never use Akasha terminals find it too shameful and embarrassing to talk about their dreams.
Sem vergonha de falar seus sonhos. Não tem outra pergunta.
Got it! I hope my answers were satisfactory, seekers of knowledge.
Buscadores de conhecimento.
To be honest, maintaining Dunyarzad's fading dream took a lot of mental energy. I think I may need to rest for a while.
Acho que é só por tempo.
Oh, and you don't need to worry too much about the sage's activities for now. The Akasha won't be able to conduct another project on the scale of the Sabzeruz samsara in the immediate future.
Já acontecer? Contando que eles não fazem mais esse festival e que você pega mais duro com eles, basicamente dá um coice no cérebro deles.
Go and get some sleep. Leave everything to us.
What a relief. This is truly the most exhausting birthday I've ever had.
Traveler? Paimon? Why am I here? Do either of you know?
Viajante pai, por que estou aqui? Vocês sabem?
Maybe you were sleepwalking. You know you can't wake up a sleepwalker. We happened to walk by, so we thought we'd wait for you to wake up.
I see. Huh. I should visit my maintenance personnel sometime.
Obrigado.
Oh, I'm fine. I better go. Thank you.
We've spent quite some time in Sumeru City, but ever since we last said goodbye to Lesser Lord Kusanali, we haven't heard anything from her. Oh, we can't just keep waiting around like this. Let's go find Catherine and pick up some work so we can at least keep ourselves busy.
Ad Astra Avisask. We meet again, you two.
Enquanto novamente.
Do you have any commissions for us today?
Commissions, huh?
Deixa eu ver.
Let me think. Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academia's Academic Symposium this afternoon and recite a love poem on stage.
Deixa eu prender a mão no palco.
Wait, say
Okay.
what now?
And if possible, please also use your camera to capture the reaction of the audience upon finishing the poem.
Finalizar o poema.
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
Tem uma reação.
I see. It appears that you're not interested in this commission. In that case, please go to Port Ormos and convince the Eremites there to spend some time volunteering at the local orphanage.
E passar em tempo fazendo trabalho voluntário no orfanato local.
Hey, that's not any better.
Isso nem é um pouco melhor. Isso não é o mesmo. Te pedir pra apanhar?
I'm sure the mercenaries will have some interesting reactions as well.
Paimon's gotta ask. Just who exactly has been submitting these commissions to the Adventurers Guild?
Quem vai publicar essas comissões?
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see the two of you in action.
Você não é Catarina de verdade, né?
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans doesn't come by often.
Espero que vocês de fato aceitassem comissões. Uma dessas comissões. Não é sempre o que tem uma chance de observar os humanos.
Ah, so it's Nahida. Paimon just knew Catherine wouldn't crack those kinds of jokes. When did you get into her head?
Ah, eu não sabia que daí não faria esse tipo de piada com a gente. Quando sentou na cabeça dela.
From when she said, Ad Astra Abysosk?
Desde quando ela disse Ada.
So it's been you this whole time?
Você o tempo todo? É sério, cara? Só agora você percebe?
Are you done resting up, Nahida?
Tá tentando descansar na Nahida.
Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways, and I even had a really, really long dream. It was another dream about the Sabzeruz festival, except it was a happy one.
Só que por acaso não pode roubar os sonhos dos deuses.
In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace, and everyone in Sumeru City was holding hands as they danced in circles around me. They danced round and round, and everyone looked really happy.
Todos estavam em círculos ao meu redor. Ah, é o trailer da Nahida.
I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage. Fairs, the night of flowers, raised me really, really high above the ground, and I was throwing an endless amount of Yalda candies at the children.
You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sabzeruz festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone gets together to celebrate your birthday.
É para ser um período de alegria em todo mundo se reúne para celebrar seu aniversário. É.
Huh? Wasn't I describing a really happy dream? Why are you both looking at me like that? Wait, could this be an example of the emotion known as pity?
Não.
No, we aren't pitying you. That would only make everything worse. We just don't want you to feel too sad.
Nós só não queremos que você se sinta triste.
By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she doing? The Homianis haven't allowed any visitors after the festival, so we haven't been able to check on her.
Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. She was resting at the
Ela
time.
estava descansando.
Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation of the withering on the human body, we can only cure it by finding a way to take care of Irminsul's own withering. But for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the sages are up to and what they're planning.
Porra, nosso foco ainda é desvendar o que os sábios estão trabalhando.
Right. Who knows what'll happen if they manage to pull off another scheme like the samsara of the Sabzeruz festival?
So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the sages' activities. As for how we should pull that off, let's discuss it somewhere else. There are too many adventurers around here.
Oh, good point. Sorry, adventurers. We're gonna be borrowing Catherine for a little while.
Pessoal com tempinho.
Let's continue our chat here.
Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can investigate the sages, Nahida?
Não, deixa eu ver aqui. Quanto tempo de vídeo tem? $36 minutos. 36 minutos. E tá tendo diálogos ainda.
Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now, I want to hear your thoughts. I've already tried that. But all the key members of the academia, even the core of 30 guards, intentionally avoid wearing their Akasha terminals. It seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Of course, it could also be because they're wary of me.
Estão desconfiando de mim.
Have you already caught the sage's attention?
Reparar em você.
I'm guessing not yet. But distrusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to the urban legends about me. In any case, I probably can't take over their minds directly. No way, that's too risky.
Muito arriscado.
You mean it'd be too easy to get caught?
No, it's not that. We shouldn't involve innocent students in this. A single mistake could completely... Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. How is that any different from what the sages are doing?
That's a good point. Spoken like the god of Sumeru.
É.
We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about their goals, any rash move could tip them off and lead to terrible consequences. After all, every person in Sumeru City is one of their hostages.
Não sei se você fez.
Are we really out of ideas? Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right? Don't keep us in suspense. Spill the beans already.
According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning session will give more weight to the actual proposal.
Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to make us take your ideas seriously.
Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, and if I can't get ordinary people involved, then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the sages.
You're saying we should recruit a spy? That does sound like it could work. Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Al-Haytham. He seems like he acts alone, and he likes doing stuff behind the Academia's back. They probably aren't in cahoots.
Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female scholar named Sataria?
Sataria. Paimon remembers now. Isn't she the one who's always trailing behind the grand sage of the academia? We ran into her basically every time the Sabzeruz festival repeated itself. You could even say we're old enemies by now. Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke to Nilu.
I've always liked observing all kinds of people, and Sataria has always stood out from the crowd. She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special admission into the academia, and also gave her the opportunity to serve as the sage's assistant.
Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. Paimon feels like most of the desert dwellers around the city are working as mercenaries.
Nossa, Paimon. Ela nasceu no deserto e o povo dela irá dizer que era sua maior prodígio. Seus talentos acadêmicos a fizeram entrar na academia. Também dela a oportunidade de servir como assistente dos sábios. Caraca.
The name Sataria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night sky. Later on, she was chosen by the sun. The star was given a place in the daytime sky to complement the sun's dazzling light. Soon after, the star witnessed the sun scorching the earth, which brought forth many disasters. The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be better to return and light up part of the night sky? But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
From the sound of it, Sataria's just hung up on the research opportunities here. But she doesn't really support the academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert, right? She's just running away from her problems.
Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people will simply plug their ears and go with the flow until the problem can't be fixed anymore. She's suppressing a lot of guilt, but before she realized it, she had already become the sage's accomplice. She can't deny her part in their schemes anymore. Right. We must somehow make her face her problems again. That way, not only can we get useful intel from her, but she can also use it as an opportunity to redeem herself. From my past observations, Sataria will take a day off from the academia every 10 days to do some shopping in the city. Tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. That'll be our chance. To prepare, let's go check out some of her favorite spots and have a quick chat with a few of the vendors there. This should be Sataria's favorite fortune-telling spot.
Adivinhação?
So should we ask the fortune teller about Sataria?
No, I already have enough information on Sataria. The most important thing now is for you to pay attention to the vendor's talking style and key characteristics.
Talking style and key characteristics?
My poor lost lambs, have you become troubled over your fates? The divine voice of wisdom often echoes between mine ears. If thou be blessed today by the gods, I may be able to show you the way.
Huh? Really? Nahida, you've been whispering things to her?
Shh. My friend here has some doubts regarding his future. Can we get a fortune reading for him?
Of course, of course. In that case... It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you. Perhaps, at some time in the past, you have somehow offended the gods.
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Do those count?
Roubado o funcionamento, questionar a sabedoria financeira do arco de gel e ligar com a Electro conta. Bem, o Vente é o pior conde de todos os tempos. Já que não sabe cuidar da cidade e da liberdade de seus cidadãos. Já o Zong... Bem... Joga aí no fogo, que o cara levou a falência a funerária da Rutal. Já ele... Bem... A tirania e a corrupção fala por si só.
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Love prospects? No problem at all. The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed. One who is fated to cross your path will appear on... Huh? So many people will fall for you. How could that be?
Como isso é possível? Não. Tipo assim, isso aqui é uma brincadeira da Royal Verse com os fãs que shippam o Viajante com todos os personagens mais femininas com o Eta e os masculinos com o Alumínio. Praticamente é a Royal Verse falando: eu sei muito bem que vocês andam fazendo isso com nossas cotas. Então, tá aí, a resposta pra vocês.
Harut! Marut! Did you two spoil my divination? I've never read a fortune so absurd.
Actually, Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune telling you've ever done.
E acho que a resposta da Paimon é nada mais que um gancho de direita e de esquerda pro pessoal. Falando: aí, a gente sabe muito bem o que vocês estão fazendo pelas nossas costas.
I admit that the orientation of today's celestial matrix is suboptimal. As such, there will be no charge.
Não falei nada.
Is that so? Well, that can't be helped.
Bom, nada que não possamos fazer.
If you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on your next visit, perhaps they could help you reverse the wheels of fate.
A roda do seu destino, toda a direção. Vamos fazer a foto da Nahida.
Is this another one of Sataria's favorite stalls?
Yep. It belongs to a king. His father helped Satari a lot when she first moved to Samari City, so she still comes by whenever she has time. When I start talking with him, listen carefully to the details of our conversation.
Ah, dear customers. Would you like to look at some pottery?
We caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like I'm in for some big business.
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret, and I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making much use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you love.
Espera aí, pessoal, vou fazer um pause.